The joints on this model wall are sloppy. The instructor is unhappy. He tells his pupils that their work is far too irregular. It's not how he would have laid the bricks.
Dann macht das wieder so. Und das ist einfach... Nein, das habe ich nicht gesagt.
But Arnold Kössler knows the trainees have to learn what a real brick wall looks like. And he knows bricklaying is not nearly as easy as it sounds, particularly later when they'll be working on a real construction site.
Und das ist das Problem, was du hast. Du gehst immer spazieren, du musst mit denen wegen reden, mit denen wegen reden und mit denen wegen reden.
The building trades instructor gives the rookies the full treatment. In the first year, they learn how much mortar to use and how to lay bricks straight. Building walls is just one of the tasks that the 50 trainees here have to master. The job market needs as many of these trainees as it can get.
We have companies that don't even have 1/10 of the apprentices they could be training. Offhand, I know of one very big company close to here that could be training 600 people, and they're only getting 212.
4 second-year trainees are working on a prefab house nearby. Dominic Förster started training in landscape gardening and then switched to the programme to become a mason. That's his dream job, he says.
You're out in the fresh air all day. My father has a construction business, so actually I grew up on building sites.
Here too, the boss keeps a close eye on things.
Nein.
Was?
Wenn die Vogel größer ist wie... Darf das maximal sein?
Was ist das?
Nachlesen. Steht drinnen.
And sees plenty to criticise. Something always needs correcting.
I can well imagine that young men who've completed training will say, I'm going abroad, no problem with that, and they'd be gone in a flash. They could work anywhere.
Why? Are Germans better builders?
Our companies do lots of work abroad, in Nigeria or Sweden and the other Scandinavian countries, everywhere. I see our member companies doing jobs for the European Soccer Championship in Ukraine and Poland. Our companies are out there building the stadiums and the infrastructure. Everything.
So, da bauen unsere Firmen die Stadien, die Infrastruktur, alles.
Most of these young people aren't thinking of going abroad just yet. They still have to finish their training here in the Bavarian Construction Industry Association Centre. They live and work together for 3 weeks. Do nerves get frayed?
We've been working together in the same company for 2 years, or 1.5 years now, so we have to be able to get along.
After lunch, they practice installing drains, just one of the many aspects of house construction they learn about. Dominic Förster does jobs like this for his employer, a big construction company where he plans to stay for now. Later, he hopes to build his own house. The advanced trainees have now got the hang of things, but the beginners are still moving too slowly for Kössler. He reminds them that a measuring stick is one of their most important tools. Why don't you use one of these sometimes? He says. The pupils take his point.
Und aus 1,24 Meter wird jetzt 1,21,5 Meter. Das sind 3,5 Zentimeter.
The rest have finished their workload for the day. Dominic Förster and his co-workers head home. They'll be spending the weekend with their parents, and they'll be back on Monday to practice building more walls under their instructor's critical gaze. In 2.5 years, they'll be facing the cold reality of the job market. But if the construction industry looks anything like it does now, that reality may well be cosy warm.